Hello, everyone. Welcome to a brand new fan channel. We're going to be bringing content from Arsenal and Manchester United, the original two big teams that made the Premier League what it is in India. And this platform will bring you the latest news and match reviews from everything that's going on uh, associated with Arsenal and Manchester United. So today is a very special day. It's our first video and we're going to discuss the game from yesterday, the Community Shield that kicked off the brand new season. And we're very excited about this year. So the first thing to discuss, obviously, I'm a Manchester United fan myself. I have two hardcore Arsenal fans. And congratulations, guys. A pretty positive start to your season. I personally wasn't expecting you to beat Liverpool, but you guys pulled it off. So what do you think about the game, Ahmad?
You weren't expecting us to beat City or Chelsea in either. So,
Yeah, I definitely
but
wasn't.
but yeah, but when Arsenal come to when Arsenal come to Wembley, there's only going to be one winner. And I mean, we probably won more games there than Spurs did when they had Wembley as their home stadium for an entire year. So
It's a
I mean,
good point.
it's home. I mean, Wembley's home. I mean, we genuinely feel more confident at Wembley than we do at the Emirates. I mean, we don't have that added pressure at Wembley. We typically come into these big games as underdogs, and we seem to like that. And
Mm,
I mean, yeah, what can you say? I mean, Arteta or Bamia, and so many different positives. And like, I mean, when the season ended, like a couple of weeks ago, we were all like dreading games and Premier League games and watching the Arsenal play. But like, Arteta's brought the fun back into it. Like, we're looking forward to the Premier League now. And like a few weeks ago, we were dreading every single Premier League game that was on. So
agreed.
from that perspective, I mean, he's breathed new life into the club, and I mean, I was one of the fans who was a bit hesitant when we first got him because he was obviously not experienced. Like I told Vidor, I didn't want the guy who laid out the cones for Pep every morning. I wanted the real deal, but he's definitely proved me wrong.
Right,
And
right,
yeah, last night was a proper example of that. I mean, you saw it from the tactics. I mean, we didn't have many goal mouth scrambles. We defended solidly. We hit them on the break. We were the better team for large periods of that game. We had the better
right,
chances. There were some poor finishes by Eddie. We should have probably gone
right.
2-0 up at some point. But I mean, yeah, the team was resilient, and you can see now that we have some kind of identity. When we get the ball, we move forward with purpose. Every pass is meaningful. No, there's no more of that sideways backwards. I mean, I hope it doesn't start like when the season starts. And I hope, God, fingers crossed. But yeah, what were your thoughts, Vidar? I mean, we will be watching it together. So
Right. So let's add to that. Like, so we're talking about Arteta's tactics here. So first of all, he's beaten all the big teams now. He's beaten Man United. You guys thrashed us 2-0 at the Emirates. Unfortunately, we watched that game together in Bombay. That was a bad performance by us. But he's beaten United. He's beaten Man City. He's beaten Chelsea. He's beaten Liverpool. He hasn't beaten Spurs yet. So I'm sure you guys can't wait to get one over them soon. But he's beaten all the big teams, and you can see that he sets up correctly, tactically right. And there are some interesting factors that he's brought into Arsenal. Like Arsenal were always weak defensively. I felt like for many years that was their Achilles. Just poor defensively, and now suddenly with the same players, you still have David Luiz in there. You've still got Bellerin, who a lot of Arsenal fans think isn't good enough defensively, and still he's just taken that same team. He's switched it to a three at the back, and somehow you guys are defending much better. You guys have fight in you now. I don't think has there been any big defeats that Arteta has had, like a 3-4 nil that Arsenal are accustomed to every year? I don't think there has, right?
I don't remember any big defeat. I mean, there have been really abject performances under Arteta as well, but that was always going to be the case because he just
Right.
inherited a really bad squad of players. But overall, I mean, you can see the players enjoy playing for him, and that's the main thing I feel. I mean, the fact that Oba might sign a new contract. I mean, none of our previous managers have ever got our talismanic captain, our leading goal scorer to ever stay on. They've always left for a bigger
Hmm.
club, but
Hmm.
not really. But
Right. Right.
but yeah, I mean, if Arteta can make him sign, and you see the progress on the pitch, he's doing the business off the pitch. I mean, what more can you ask for?
Right, right. And there's been an interesting dynamic, especially on that left-hand side of yours. Like when you're going, firstly playing out from the back, right? Like somehow Arteta has managed to do that a lot more successfully than previous managers. And you're able to play out from the back. You did it against two of the best pressing teams in the world, like Liverpool and City. You guys managed to play out from the back and, score a goal doing that. And yeah, there were some shake times when it looked a little shaky and you gave half chances away to Liverpool and City. But overall it worked in your favor. So he's successfully playing out from the back. He's defending the box extremely well. Like Arsenal players are defending well. And also there's an interesting dynamic going on that left-hand side with Tierney pushing forward when you're attacking, switches to a 4 almost. Tierney pushes forward. Ainsley Maitland-Niles comes infield a little bit. And you guys are able to create space for Aubameyang. So he's definitely getting the best out of Aubameyang. So which is working out for you guys. Would you say you're too dependent on Aubameyang for your goals though? Like Nketiah, I don't know if he's not a good enough finisher. I mean, he can hold the ball up well, which is what Arteta seems to like. He wants
No,
a
he can't.
striker.
He can't. He
He
can't.
can't hold the ball up well either. Okay.
No.
So what do you think he really offers? Why do you think Arteta has him playing week in, week out?
Vidor, why don't you answer that since you seem to like Eddie?
Um, in in my opinion, I think you got to remember that this man came into Arsenal. He's had only 6 to 8 months to train this team how he wants it, and within that time frame, he's been able to win the FA Cup and now the Community Shield. All kudos to this guy, man. His mindset that he brings, the winner's mindset that we've been lacking for the last, like, I don't know, at least a decade almost. This winner's mentality that never give up and you're going to keep pushing and keep playing hard. I feel it's going to take this team forward, and with the people that he wants to try and bring in, I think that's going to be really, really helpful to push this team forward. And like you were saying earlier, with Oba playing on the left, actually, after doing a little bit of research myself, I've been great YouTube channel Tifo, and I've been watching them recently doing a coverage on Aubameyang and why he should be deployed on the left, is because the fact that he provides us that a balance of going forward and dropping back, and he's a proven goal scorer. So for me, I think if Arteta keeps playing him, and you're right about Nketiah, we need someone like a Lacazette who does drop back and does, get the ball to his feet and is able to turn around and kind of play the balls out wide. That would be beneficial to us. So far, I'm really happy with Arteta. I'm really happy with this do or die kind of attitude, like all in, all guns blazing type of thing. Let's go for the teams. I feel this is a sign of, like, this guy knows what he's doing. Pep has told him well, and he has his own attitude. Let's not forget he was our captain for a long time.
Right.
And even at Everton, he was a fantastic player. So for him to come in and prove himself within 6 months, that to me is amazing.
Yeah, now what I really want to see the team and Arteta do is, like, because I mean, as Arsenal fans, we've gotten up for these, like I said, like Wembley's our second home. Like, we always are up for these semi-finals and FA Cup finals in the last few years. And like right now, the hype is for Arsenal fans is all on these last 3 games: beating City, beating Chelsea, beating Liverpool. I mean, it's massive. We've gotten up for every single one of these games. Like, the team's been up for it, and they played incredible, and they've deserved to win every single game. But like, now the big challenge for Arteta is how is he going to get these players up for Fulham away when we start the Premier League? Is it going to be another like every other regime at Arsenal, where it's been like, you don't turn up for the small games expecting just to win, and if you don't match the opponents in terms of effort, it's not going to be the same. So I mean, I'm not going to start pointing fingers at Arteta. No way. I still know that we still know this squad isn't good enough. We still know there's room for, like, a lot of improvement in this squad defensively and going forward. So, but yeah, I want to see him get these players up.
100% there's room for improvement in the squad. But I always say this: the Community Shield is a springboard to the season starter. So this game is now the most important game is the first game of the season. We can win the Community Shield, we can ride off the success of the FA Cup, but it all boils down now to the start of the season, 12th of September, when we kick off
exactly.
against Fulham. That's the game. Now, if we can hit the ground running, I think it'll be a fantastic start for us, regardless,
Right.
So that for me is where I am now focusing, and
But yeah,
that's been kind of the mindset, even pre-Community Shield.
Going back to your original question on Nketiah, I mean, I just feel like, I mean, I do want to support the kid. When he first broke into the team a couple of years ago and he scored a double on his debut, like, I mean, you knew that this guy is like he knows how to finish when he's in the box. It's just that his confidence is a bit short right now. But I mean, he shouldn't be thrown into this position. I mean, a couple of months ago, he couldn't get a game for Leeds, and suddenly he comes back to Arsenal completes his loan spell and comes back, and suddenly he just replaces Lacazette and Aubameyang. He moves over onto the left, and he's playing up top. And I mean, he scored a couple of goals, but like his overall performances, I mean, I don't want to slate him because he's a kid, but he shouldn't be in that position. Like Lacazette, it makes me worry that like Lacazette not being in the squad, are we going to lose him? Are we going to sell him to raise funds? I mean, it would. I don't want to see him go. Like, I mean, I don't care. Like, I mean, we have a really good striker up there, number 9, who lets Oba do what he wants, and even though he doesn't have the goals that we wanted, like he doesn't score the number of goals that we would expect from him. You expect him to be a 20 to 25 goals, a goal striker. But
so you still need that depth. You still need that depth. I don't think you can afford to lose Lacazette, even though he's been poor in my opinion. Like I wouldn't want him. Last year he was poor for Arsenal. At least
we can't. You're right. We need depth. We need depth. We definitely need depth, and we can't afford to lose. He's a young player. He's still got a lot of room to improve.
Right.
And I feel he will improve. Maybe another loan spell, a full season out, maybe could do him some good in his career. But I feel like I think under Arteta he will succeed. He will improve. I see it.
Yeah.
So he has the attitude. I feel he does have the attitude. I think it's really me. The finishing, he gets into the box well. It's just connecting. He needs that over killer instinct.
Right. I mean, I think he's definitely very hardworking. That's one thing that Arteta demands of his players. It seems to me that you got to run yourself into the ground, and Nketiah, you got to give that to him, that he's very hardworking. He runs his socks off game in, game out. So, and he's a young kid. I think there is a potential that he develops into something better. But personally, I don't see that he's a good finisher, at least from what I've seen of him. Obviously,
and I mean, you say he runs his. I mean, he runs a lot in every game. I mean, he's a kid. I mean, that's the bare minimum he needs to do that to ensure that he's in Arteta's plans. If you don't do that, you're not even going to get considered by this manager. So.
Right.
I appreciate it obviously, but we need more quality. I mean, at the end of the day, at this moment, he isn't good enough to be our number 9.
Right.
And I don't want to waste another year or two without having success in trying to develop a player when we already have another option in Lacazette, and so that's why losing him, I feel, would be
right. So, if I was to ask you guys one question, right, I'm going to ask Imad first and then Vidar. So which one position do you think you absolutely need to improve on this summer? Like if you had to buy a player, if you had one position that you could fix, right? Which player would you buy and what position it would be? Obviously, don't say something unrealistic like Messi or Ronaldo or stuff like that. Someone realistic.
I mean, honestly, when you're an Arsenal, when you're an Arsenal fan, like, you think that you know which position you need until you watch a game 3 days later, and then you think that another position needs fixing, because we have so many. I mean, they've been playing incredible. Like, again, like we're riding off this high right now of these 3 big wins in Wembley. So we're kind of forgetting what David Luiz, Mustafi, Rob Holding. I mean, it's a circus. It's a circus. So I mean, at this moment, like, if these players are going to continue playing to this level every day, then we don't need a centre back, because David Luiz at the moment is the best centre back in the world, and and Saliba coming in. So I don't really know what we need, but I mean, we definitely do need another centre back, and I think we do need a holding.
But you guys got Gabriel, right? You guys, I think that's final.
Yeah, but I mean, I still feel like if he's
fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed.
I mean, if we get Gabriel, then it's done. But
Hmm.
Thomas Partey is someone that obviously
That would be a big
that would
one.
be some signing. But
I,
I mean,
you guys are
even
getting
going
him.
forward, even going forward. I mean, I know we have Orba and we have Lacazette, but and we have Pepe, but we don't have that kind of squad depth that we used to have a
You have
few years ago. You
Martinelli, you
know?
have Saka, like that. I think you're okay. Your front three is okay, but you do need a
Yeah,
creative midfielder, I think,
yeah,
like a number 10.
exactly.
Willian
We
Maybe a
now.
need
number
we are
10.
Yeah, we need more of a
Willian
central
too,
player
right?
who can pick the ball up on the half turn in our own
Hmm.
half and beat a couple of men, create those openings. Something like what Jack Wilshere used to do, what Santi used to do in a different way.
Right.
We don't have that player since we lost Santi and since we lost Jack. We don't have players who can do that. Like an Awa from Lyon who can
Oh,
actually
he
beat
looks good. He
who
looks
can beat a couple of
good.
men. You know,
Never heard of him
Even
before.
Coutinho could. I feel like Coutinho, if he's dropped Deco, he can do the same kind of thing.
100%.
So, you know, we need
100%.
someone who can like a Jack Grealish, like he would be probably my dream signing just because he's Premier League proven.
Right,
And
right.
I just loved what I saw of Jack Grealish over the last 2 years. So I
R-
mean, I think he's an absolute quality player, and I think he would be my number one choice.
if he's going anywhere, it's Manchester United, by the way. So don't get your hopes up, brother. But
And then then he'll end up like
he's gonna
your other big money signings.
hopefully not. Hopefully not. I think we're past that with Solskjaer. I think with Solskjaer we're past that. But so anyway, I think we've touched on a lot of topics regarding Arsenal. Let's quickly, not that I know we all hate talking about Liverpool, but let's just
I
touch
don't. I
on.
mean,
I absolutely despise them, but let's touch on what they're doing because they were obviously a part of yesterday's game, and I personally, obviously, they've had like as much as United fans hate to admit and hate to see this, they've had two incredible seasons. One that so three actually Champions League final 2 years ago, then obviously lost right. Karius right made a clown of himself. Then the year after that, they win. They beat Tottenham. They win the Champions League. They thrashed Barca at home 4-0. Some memorable nights, and they obviously came short to a just fell short in the Premier League to a spectacular City side. And then this year they go on and they win the Premier League. So they've been doing very well. But I have to say, post lockdown, like they've kind of lost that edge a little bit. I don't know what it. I think it has a little bit to do with maybe they pretty much had the league in the bag already, but they seem to lack that edge. They are struggling to break teams down. We saw against City as well. They got thrashed. What was it, 4 or 5 nil against City, and it was kind of a different type of game where Liverpool had the ball a lot. Where typically you would expect City to have the ball more, but Liverpool had the ball a lot and they couldn't break them down. The same thing happened yesterday. I feel against Arsenal, they had a lot of the ball, but they didn't really create anything. So I'm hoping that this carries on as we move into the new season and they kind of hit a little bit of a low, and I don't see them spending big either. So hopefully hopefully we see them take the foot off the gas for some time. But yeah, so that's a little bit on Liverpool. I hope they don't get Thiago. That's going to be a big problem if they do, because he was phenomenal in the Champions League, I thought, for Bayern, and I know he's been linked with Liverpool a lot. So I do really hope that that doesn't end up happening. Otherwise, I think it's done. It's done and dusted. The league if they get Liverpool, if they get Thiago, that is. But so I think that's pretty much everything we wanted to talk about today. Guys, please tune in to our next
wait,
video.
Wither wanted to do a special mention for our new number 7, Little Bukayo, the
Oh,
Pepper.
yeah, we forgot about that. Go ahead, Vidar.
I think I think the emergence of Bukayo Saka is something that we can't go unmentioned because what that kid has achieved at the age of 19 is something special again to see an academy player coming up and developing so quickly and so fast in one season or so. It is incredible, and you can see from the assist that he gave Aubameyang the confidence that he has to spray the ball wherever he wants and get an assist or even get a grabber goal. He's someone that is for the future. Regardless of what people say, make comparisons between Bukayo to Mason Greenwood or Bukayo to anyone else. I feel that after a long time, I am truly excited of an academy player coming to the ranks of Arsenal.
And bro, you
watching
said
him play
he's not a
is such
future
such
star.
a pleasure.
He's a current star.
He is
And
really good. I have to give
yeah,
you
I
Yeah,
mean, I think
absolutely. He's the current star, but future superstar. You know,
yeah,
future probable superstar for
Yeah.
us, and wearing the number 7 carries a lot of weight,
Right.
especially at Arsenal, carries a lot of weight. So I
Right.
feel he can carry it. I feel he can carry
I
it.
think I
And I
think
close
he's
one,
already.
one more thing I just want to mention before Imad said something. Imad, just before you say something, I remember last season, pre-season, I mentioned to you, watch out for one guy I'm really excited for was Gabriel Martinelli. When he came in, I told Imad, like, he's someone who excites me a lot. And so far, he's excited me. Yeah, he's had an injury problem. Um, it's his first season, playing top level football in the Premier League. He's another one we should be looking out for. He's
Yeah,
he's
100%.
rising. He's a rising talent, a star already in the team. Uh, future superstar again.
Right,
Yeah,
right. So you guys have a
yeah.
couple of exciting young players coming through for sure. So I
Yeah, I
mean,
just wanted to
things
say
are looking.
Bukayo. I mean, on that note, I mean, he probably already has more assists in his career than Rashford does, and United
Dream
fans have
on,
been.
dream on,
I've
bro.
been. I mean,
Don't even compare them.
it took Rashford about what, like 4 years, and people were talking about him, and then he started like becoming a decent finisher and like a decent, like he started having end product. Bukayo, we spoke about him, and then like
Way too
the
early to
next the
compare the
next
two,
week,
buddy.
every single cross he puts in is inch perfect. And
He's got a
yeah, I
pretty good
mean,
cross on him for sure. I'll give him that.
this kid. I mean, this kid is. I
Oh,
haven't
he
seen it.
certainly is.
Like his left foot is a wand, and I mean, this kid can do everything. You play him on the right, you play him on the left. It just doesn't matter. I mean, he's just. I mean, yeah.
He's
I mean,
excellent. Yeah.
Arsenal just produce these players.
Yep, yep. No, I agree. I think he's been very special from everything I've seen. I don't agree with the Rashford comparison. I think he's way behind. He has a lot more to prove. This is a few
I
months
mean,
of success,
at
but
that age, if you look at Rashford's stats from
Yeah,
when he was
exactly,
Bukayo's age,
exactly.
okay,
At that age.
Bukayo's. I mean, his like you can count. Rashford can probably count his goals and assists on one hand from his early days at
early
United.
days. Right, right,
Bukayo's
right.
probably forgotten like half his assists from like one season at Arsenal. He probably doesn't remember like half his assists because he's been assisting every game. He scores crackers, and
Right.
yeah, does it all. Versatile.
Right, right, right. He's been very good for sure. I've been very impressed with him. I think England have got some excellent young players coming in. So, and Saka is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
But so I think with that we can call it a day for today's show. I think it's been excellent talking to you guys about Arsenal and United. And for all our viewers out there, guys, please subscribe, like, and share this video. And please comment and let us know what type of topics you want to hear about. What would you like us to talk about? If you feel we can do something better, please let us know. This is going to be a work in progress as we move forward. And honestly, we're doing this for the football fans in India. So whatever you would, whatever your recommendations you have, please let us know, and we'll go ahead and try to implement them. So with that, everyone, thanks for watching, and please tune in next week. We'll have another video coming up soon. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you.
Peace out.
Yeah, bye, bro.
5-4 pens.
Thank you. Thank you.